Alrighty, y'all. So these are going to be my duels from the festival. As you can see, I've got wins and losses here. I'm going to go through all of them. I could have swore I had more than this, but I want to play this one real quick. Ugh. So this loss, I'm really kind of sour about. If it were to load, okay. So this one here, if you're watching, let me see. Can I pause this? Yes, I can. Okay. Great hand, right? I've got the deepest distant depths or whatever, and I've got pretty much everything that I need here to make an awesome play. So let me go ahead and just show y'all how everything starts. And so what I don't like is that it doesn't have the timer here. The timer is something that I really, really wish it had, but beggars can't be choosers. But as you can see, this is a very quick, very, very good start for this particular deck. And I know that when it comes to the build, I know everyone has, their different ways of doing things, but um I was really, really upset how this ended, like I said. Because as you can see, all of these effects that are going off, it's just eating up my timer, eating up my timer. And yep, I'm like, okay, hurry, hurry, hurry. Because I've timed out before playing with a different deck. Ugh. And then look at what my opponent's doing. And so, for instance, again, my timer's getting eaten up by all of this, but take a look at what my opponent's doing, what my opponent's playing. Um, I'm over here, trying to move ahead, make sure I have everything that I possibly need to make this the most smooth transition possible when it's time for me to start popping off. Yep. And so, even with evenly matched, that still didn't hurt as much as he was hoping it would because I'm able to do all of this stuff afterwards. And I'm over here just watching this like it hurts so much. It hurts so much. Yep, here I go, popping off. And I know that I can't activate or target Ice Jade Agreen, so I'm just not going to. I'm going to white ore that little bitch, as you're going to see. And all of this right here is just eating up my timer, and I'm moving as fast as I possibly can. And so I understand and I realize, shit's about to happen as far as like my time running out. And white ore whale pops. And so at this point, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Everything is for me as it should be. I am not too concerned with turning off my effects because right now Cosmic Lure has my effects turned off for anything that was not summoned this turn. But I don't need any of that. So she comes back, sink for Ascan. Ascan's effect goes off, vanishing. And right now, as you see, look, all of this just timer, 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 timer. And so here I am. I'm over here like fuck, 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 fuck. Because I know what I want to do. All of this is just gravy. Banishing the whale, that's fine. So one, two, effect. My timer just getting num num eaten up. And this is where I make the mistake because I forgot with Monoceros, if you activate the effect and you summon a monster, that monster cannot attack. And so I messed up there, and I'm like, boom, boom, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't attack. Okay, well, set, here we go. And as you can see, I'm in a really good spot, but you can't see my timer. And I don't know why that's not visible during the replay. Ugh. And this is where I misclick because I did not want to activate that thing's effect. And it was like, oh shit, oh well. And at that point, that's when I was like, frick it. I was really, really upset. And then when I summoned that thing in defense mode, and I'm over here just trying to hurry it up and get everything going because I think at this point I'm under 30 seconds and you got the little thing just beeping at me every second. It's just ticking by, ticking by, ticking by. Oh, yeah. So that was supposed to be an attack mode. And then, yeah, so all of this is just cuckoo banana pants crazy. Oh, and as you can see, I did not activate Sykes because I ended up hitting the wrong button. Because like I'm over here rushing around like crazy. And so I end up getting beaten because I'm over here rushing. And it was so frustrating. With this particular event, um they should have done something, especially if they were going to add goatees and ice barriers, who do have quite a few plays. They should have edited the timer a little bit. Because as it stands right now, I'm over here literally chomping at the bit. And then that happens. Crash, crash, and then I take 3,000 damage. And I'm over here, fuck, 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 because I'm over here rushing. I activate the little fairy fish, and then summon, and I forgot to activate the effect of Arianopos. So that right there, I was so freaking mad, y'all. You have no idea. I was so freaking mad. Because at that point, I ended up losing, because I was supposed to get Snopios, did not. It's fine at this point. So I understand. My effects have been turned off. Cosmocleuron Field, yeah. All my monsters lose. Yep. So there I go. So I was rushing, 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 and I fucked that one up. So that was my loss. And again, if I was playing the tabletop, it would have been a little bit different. But Master Duel has its own set of rules. Let's go to my other loss because, to be quite honest with you, I honestly don't remember this one. Um, yeah, that's the one. I watched the first one first, and let's see what is this one about. Oh, this is when I switched decks. I was like, fuck it. Goatees are taking too long, and they were. So I ended up switching to the ice barriers. This one, I think I lost because I don't play Marincis very often, and I honestly don't know what they do. So this person's doing all of this stuff. I mean, I don't have any interaction anyway, but doing all this stuff, and I'm over here like, what's the end game? Trying to figure out what all are you doing? I again don't know what any of these things do. Yeah, just yeah. See, I'm watching this right now like as if it were a movie. So I know what Great Bubble does. I know what Anemone does because you utilize them in the Goatees and utilize them in the Ice Jades and the ice barriers. But I don't know what any of that is in the back. And of course, that's not a problem for me. I don't really care about any of that. Um And so this is the part that gets me because they correctly picked three. And I'm thinking to myself, how would they know to pick three? Because if you're playing Ice Barrier, right? How would you know to pick three? I thought that that was so freaking weird that they picked three. Because from my understanding, there's no level three Ice Barrier that you play. So I was like, oh, you lucky bitch. And then I was like, oh, they're playing Paleozoic. And that's yeah. I'm like, oh, well, balls. So I think this is when I use my own anemone. Yeah. And then at this point, I'm like, what the heck's going on? Because it's been a long time since I played Paleozoic. So I'm like, okay. And then they literally had an answer to every single thing. Every single thing. And then I end up um making sure that I don't lose my what is the thing called? Ice barrier, whatever. So frustrating. But they got it there. Like they literally had an answer to every single thing that I had. And again, I don't know what Marincis does, and Paleozoic. I didn't expect to see, and so I'm over here literally at their mercy. Trying my best to figure out what their plan is because I still don't know. And then this entire time, this chick, her effects are turned off. So I'm over here like, okay, when do the effects come back? I look into the graveyard and it's permanent. I'm like, motherfucker. So that is what it is. And then what eventually happens is, let me see if I can fast forward this. Is it going faster or not? I thought it was going faster. See, this is the problem. I need a better mouse because right now, okay, now it's working. So it's moving fast, it's moving faster, faster, faster. Gets rid of that, which honestly was probably the best bet. And so right now I'm over here like, okay, what can I do? Let's try this. And I was like, what does this do? So and it negates that. I'm like, oh, okay, well that's cool. So then I go into I think my own great bubble, literally limping to the barn trying to find something. I didn't know that that was a thing. Yeah, and then they had compulse, so there was really nothing for me to do. And then they start activating all these Paleozoic cards. I'm like, yeah, I lost. So it's been a long, long time since I've played um online, and so I was like, yeah, I might as well try. So let's go to the wins. I don't know. I think a lot of the ones that I've played, people forfeit. And that was really frustrating for me because as someone who's trying to get back into the game, I'm trying to understand, hey, what can I do? How can I do this? Let me try these different things. And as you can see, this is the first one. So I just started. I didn't have enough like coins or gems or whatever they use for in this game to get the cards I needed. So this card right here eventually gets cut. Like I don't use that whatsoever. Let me go ahead and move this over. Yeah. I don't use that whatsoever. And so I just had that in there because I needed a 40th card. Or did I have 40? I think I had 40. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. And so I'm over here doing what I do. I love all this. And I actually have this deck for the most part in real life. Because when the Goaties first came out and I saw how they played, I was like, yeah, this is my play style. Um, and someone said that they don't see the. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick. Someone said that they don't see the potential in Sykes. Sykes is literally the best Goatee, non-tuner Goatee in the deck. Like it helps with all the plays. And so if you don't understand that, I'm gonna play a live game sort of to get you to understand what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from, and then we'll go ahead and hopefully get you to understand. Hey, this is what's happening with Sykes because Sykes is honestly the best. But anyway, continuing. And Fishboard Goatee, in my opinion, works hella well. Fishboard Goatee, in my opinion, works hella well. And so you get all of this stuff. Everything's amazing. And I honestly don't remember where I'm going with this. All I know is that this is the very first time I'm playing on this ladder during this tournament. And I'm over here like, okay. And you would think that my timer would be going up, but it's not. And this is where I misplayed because I didn't need to summon back both of them if I knew that they were going to be special summoning. And so that right there is my bad. Whoopsie daisy, because at the same time, I've got nothing to summon with both of them on field anyway. And so, but I still won this one. Don't know how. All I know is that I did. Um, and so I'm not sure if I've used her effect yet or if I'm holding off. Yeah, see, I don't know how I won this one. Oh well. And this person's probably thinking, you know what? I've got this in the bag. Um, there we go. Snopios is good too, because now I'm able to activate Sykes again. Sykes is gonna, I think, help clear the board. Well, obviously, because I'm about to win. But I forgot how this goes, and this is gonna take forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this. So fast forwarding, doing stuff. Yep. Ah, that's right. And then they summon Trishula, and Trishula can't banish on field, and it can banish in hand. And they banished the wrong one. I still don't know how I won this one. Summon, summon. Oh, I've got stuff banished at this point. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just doing stuff. Go to uh th- that explains it. And they knew at this point, yeah, that there was no way to win. Okay, that makes sense. Because oh, they gave up. And that's weird to me because if you're playing this on the computer, right? You'd have to log out of the entire app. You just have to hit the X. Like I wouldn't rage quit like that because it takes forever to load sometimes. But that's me. Next game. And again, I don't remember how this went. So, whoops. Ugh. Okay. Let me just go ahead and fast forward because the plays are usually very much linear with Goaty, especially when you're playing with the limited Goaty. This is the traditional start from like back then when, but as I start progressing, because if you notice on the other battles that I lost, my field changed, my cards changed, a lot of stuff changed. And so let me go ahead and fast forward this because again, I won this one and I don't know how. Um, Porpoise activates effect, summon Porpoise. Porpoise is now a tuner, and I'm trying to figure out what their plan is. Yeah, I think yeah, because they're playing Umi control, but Umi control doesn't work in the water and wind unless you're playing with. Oh yeah, and this is what I think why they gave up because I'm just gonna summon a bunch of shit and just start wrecking their shit. Um, because I'm gonna start banishing stuff because this doesn't protect them from. This doesn't protect them from being targeted. They just can't be destroyed. But at the same time, they didn't have a water monster on the field to protect them in the first place. Um, so they can be banished. So I don't know if this person is aware that they're about to lose yet. Um, but I'm well aware that I'm about to win. And I think when I summoned Cheng Ying, that's when he realized, yeah, it's over. Alrighty. And see, they surrendered. I surrender because I'm not about to sit here and wait all that time for the stuff to come back, for everything to load, and that's just too much. Just surrender. Just surrender. Let's see. Do I have? Okay, so now the deck's a little different, and I do believe that this is still Goaty, but I just have a bunch of Ice Jades in it. No, this is not. Or is it? I think at this point I may have switched because after that loss that I took, I was like, "Yep, nope, I'm not losing to the timer again." And this is a very solid start. Granted, so what I could have done because they don't have effect Veiler. Hold on for a minute. See, this is what I'm talking about. My mouse does this weird thing. Why is it not paused? Okay, so they don't have Veilers in this one, and they don't have what are those things called? Ash Blossoms. So what I could have done and probably should have done was I should have gone into Anemone, and then I would have taken the two threes, and then brought her back. Brought a green back from the graveyard, and then ended up with her and Anemone on top with this Agiocassis at the bottom of this one. And why is that important? Because with these two called by the graves here, if they're playing ice barriers, they need their graveyard to get past my shit. At least with something that had a lot of attack to get over Anemone. So if Anemone is still on the field and I happen to have Agiocassis here, summon Anemone or Anemone's effect would have summoned her back, activated her effect again, got me a card that has Ice Shade in the name, and then I'm able to automatically sync for another 10, which would have been either Chang Ying or Lancia. And so shenanigans would ensue, but I didn't do that thinking about, all the cards that don't exist for this particular tournament. It was a safe play. And also, pause. So here's the thing about this card. You can activate this effect, blah, 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 blah. You can control, can be destroyed. Then, if you activate this effect in response to your opponent's card effect, and your opponent has a card or cards with the same name on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish those cards. This guy's playing Harpy. This card's name becomes Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. If any Harpy Lady is on the field who activates her effect, every single version of any Harpy is going to get banished. That's a weakness that Harpy Ladies and Cyber Dragons have against this particular card right here. I think this guy realized that, and you're going to see what I'm about to see. So let him do his thing. And so again, this card, who is not strong enough, will literally be destroyed. So I'm not worried about this one activating effect because I think he knew at that point that there's nothing that he could have done. And so if he tried to activate effect, I have two face down cards. I think he realized, hey, I can't go for broke because at that point he would attack this one, right? Okay, that one's effect goes off. Ugh. And then it just would have been inevitable. He would have lost. I mean, he knew that. And so going on. I think is this the same one? Let me see. Did I already watch this one? And that's the thing. They all have very similar like things. So they're all waifu ladies. I think this. I don't know if this is the one I just saw. Two. Yeah, that's two turns. So let me go to this one. And let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. And you might be thinking to yourself, this is a shitty hand. Not when there's no Ash Blossom. So I know that I'm getting my stuff in hand that I need to make this work. And so this person's watching and they're like, okay, Ice Shades. Oh shit, Ice Barriers. Which one do I have to contend with, first? Well, I'm about to set up the little thing here. And I think he has a Harpy's Feather Duster. Like turn one Harpy's Feather Duster. No, in perm. Okay. No, I think there's still a Harpy's Feather Duster in this one. Oh, no, there's not. And then they don't get their effects because the turn they're summoned, they don't get their effects. And so I draw, got another finger. So I'm like, you know what? F this noise. And I think they're about to quit. I don't remember. I think something's about to happen where they're just like, fuck it. Which is fine because I have the finger. And so finger says no. And then effect goes off. And I think this is where they just start quitting. But I could be wrong. And I'm not sure if I have Coral Dragon at this point. Might have Coral Dragon. Yeah, because at the beginning of this tournament, like I said, I had like nothing available to me, and so I didn't have Coral Dragon. And then I'm trying to think, what did I summon? White or Whale? Very, very careful here, folks. Very, very careful here. So if you have White Aura Whale on the field and you want to activate its effect, you have to chain it in a way that makes sure that White Aura Whale's effect activates first, which means it has to be the last thing to happen in the chain. If I had hit White Aura Whale as Chain Link 1 and then Coral Dragon as Chain Link 2 and Coral Dragon had gone first, for whatever reason, with White Aura Whale and Monoceros, their effects miss timing. With White Aura Porpoise, it doesn't. With White Aura Bahamut, it doesn't. But with White Aura Whale and with White Aura Monoceros, if you activate their effects and you put them as Chain Link 1 and you have Chain Link 2 and 3 to activate effects, their effects miss timing. So be very careful when you're activating the White Aura monsters and make sure you activate them as the last possible chain. So that way their effect goes first, meaning that they will not miss timing. And what do I go into here? Is it? I think it's okay. And at this point, there's like literally nothing that they can do. I know that, but I don't think they do. They start activating stuff and summon the token, and then I think I'm gonna summon General Raiho, and they don't have enough cards, so they can't activate their effects. So it's kind of over for them. And then just a slap in the face. I finger. I finger. Yeah. And then I think they give up here. Yeah, because they're about to. Yeah, and they're dead. Yeah. Cool story. Do I think General Raiho's going to get hit? Probably. There are too many decks that lose. because they exhaust their hand. So I think that General Raiho is going to get hit, which is kind of BS if you think about it, because we need cards like that to slow the game down. But it's not easy to summon. There are steps involved into getting General Raiho on the field. And if you can stop those, then you can stop those. If you can't, then that's your I mean that's your ass. Like it's like when Snake Eyes go first, even against other Snake Eyes, you're literally whoever has the most hand traps wins. So if you are able to get General Raiho on the field, I mean, okay, like we there should not be a discussion about this. But here we go. I think it's anemone time. Yes, it is. Yep. And people might think, oh, this is very linear too. Not necessarily, because at the beginning, I'm not sure if you noticed, especially in the Goaties, I don't know if I used anemone because I don't think I had her. I definitely, like I said, didn't have Coral Dragon. But like I said, I have all of these cards in real life, with the exception of some of the ice barriers, simply because I splice the ice barriers as a sub engine into my ice jades. I strongly prefer ice jades consistency because I play multi-way duels with my friends. We don't really do tournaments because tournaments are bullshit now because it's all about hand traps. But when it comes to multi-way duels, for me, it's just much more fun. And so to play ice jades than to play ice barriers because you exhaust the shit out of your cards, and in a multi-way duel, longevity is key, especially when you're playing against four or five other opponents. But anyway, I'm talking too much about stuff that you don't really care about watching this. Um, I'm just going ham, and what I need to do is summon what's it called? Ice Jade Ran Agarine, which I don't, and I'm going to pay the price for it, I think. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why he got rid of that. This is the Harpy Feather Duster one. Yeah, it's okay. So I think at this point, he's like, okay, this person's gonna quit. I didn't. I remember this duel. It becomes a knockdown drag out because he's got like traps and shit. But I think he was expecting me to play a different deck than I was playing. And so he had nothing to cross out designate. And so literally he is stuck. He's turtling. I guess he got a bad hand, or she. I'm sorry. Um, and they can't do shit. So summon, and at this point, I think it's at that point where this person realizes that the game is pretty much over. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I brought that shit back. But I did, and this is when I summon her. And yep, he realized it was over because at that point, summon Cheng Ying and banish, do stuff. Yep, good game. Let me see. I just played this person, so let's go up to the last two. Yep, and see how this goes. You would think with these pre-recordings that it would just be so much simpler. And all of these I've gone first, but I'm going to play a couple of games live with this deck. And for those of you like wondering why would you have Fishborg in there? Because Fishborg is a level 4 tuner that has 400 attack that can be summoned with Anemone. It's just for me, from what I've experienced in both Goaty and in Ice Jade and whatever Ice Barrier, it's a really good card to pull out some plays that people aren't expecting. Because I also run I think you might see in this one some level 8 synchros that most people don't expect. And I don't know if we want to see them here. And at this point, they are going to be, and this is an uphill battle. So none of their monsters get effects the turn that they're summoned, which puts my side of the field at a huge advantage. And that's something that a lot of the ice barrier players don't take into consideration. That the Ice Jade engine can sometimes be superior because do the ice bears do a shit ton? They absolutely do. But they need their effects. You turn their effects off, and they are very weak monsters that have a lot of hand effects that can special summon big monsters, but they are very, very susceptible to spells and traps. And so he just lost a shit ton of life points just now. He's gonna summon the Trishula with no effect. And I think this is when they realize they lost. Because I'm going to summon Cosmic Lure. Yeah, I know it's over, and I think you do too, because with Cosmic Lure on the field, they're under a one-sided skill drain. And then you activate this, where none of my monsters can be banished, so that's fine. And then he's going to banish the wrong card on field. He banished the wrong one, not realizing that Cosmic Lure was the one that prevented the effects this turn, not Ice Jade Cradle. And so at that point, he's like, fuck, it's over. So Ice Jade Ice Barrier, in my opinion, is the better because the Ice Barriers, you don't really need spells and traps. So you can literally have just the monsters with one medallion, two of the trap cards, and then one of the spiral thingies, the continuous spell cards. So that's four Ice Barrier spells and traps, right? Everything else can be the Ice Jade spells and traps as well. I put a shit ton of monsters in mine, so I'll show you what my deck build looks like afterwards when I start doing the live stuff. Because I think people when I explain to them how I run my deck, they look at me like I'm kind of crazy. So they're like, "Oh, look, you just bricked you open with two of those because this card actually has the effect where you can only activate, once, activate it once per turn." Which, yeah, it's true, but at the same time, I have Forbidden Droplet and stuff like that to get rid of these things. And what's really frustrating though is that I opened up with that many spells and traps, and I run, I think, 29 monsters, and that was a misplay because I didn't need to do that. Because with the effect of Ice Shade Agarine, I summon this, and then that effect goes through to reduce all of their attacks. And he for whatever reason decided, or she, sorry, decided to activate Moon Baby on this dude, and oh, I guess he realized I was going to take 2100 because it left the field. But at the same time, small price to pay. Yeah, and then this is just shenanigans because I'm going to summon Anemone. And then I'm not sure if this card is worth a damn, but I'm gonna start wrecking their shit real bad. Ice Jade Cradle to summon Cosmic Clear. That's why I summoned her instead of the other one, was because anytime a spell or trap is sent to the grave with that thing on field, it gets banished instead. So I needed my ice barrier spells and traps. I can lose my ice jade stuff because ice jades have a way of bringing their stuff back from banishment, including their spells and traps at times. And so that wasn't that big of a deal. That's why I did that. I was like, why didn't I bring out little ice barrier dude, woman thing? But anyway, that is all of mine. If you want to go back and watch those again, feel free. Let me go ahead and pause it here, and then I'm going to start back up with live games. Is it paused? I can't tell if it's paused or not. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, let's bring it back. So let's see. Ah. So my thing is it paused right now? Oh, this is gonna bug me. How do I know if it's paused? Okay, so it's not. Oh, this is gonna bug me. So I'm gonna be recording all of this stuff, and I'm not going to know if it's actually recording. So if I hit that and I come over here, it still says pause recording. How do I know if it's working? I keep pausing it because I don't know if it's working. I'm new to all of this, y'all. And so I'm over here trying to figure out, is it working? Did I just pause it? Oh, this is gonna be so frustrating. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm assuming that it's not paused right now. I'm just going to assume that it's not paused. So I'm gonna hit duel and hope to God it's not paused, so that way y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I already reached the end. I got all the stuff that I needed, and so I'm going second. So this is something new that well, I didn't know if I was going second. Usually they'll let me go second. Whenever they win the coin toss. However, there are instances where someone wanted me to go first. I'm assuming that this is an ice barrier player, considering their field is the ice barrier theme. But let's see. Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to send the ice barrier trap. Yep. And so I don't have this particular play in here simply because I personally don't think that I need it at the moment. Was that a penguin? What the hell was that? Oh, they're playing penguins. Okay, well, I have the one-sided, depending on what I draw, I could have the one-sided ice jade lock on them, which is gonna piss them off. It's gonna piss them off real bad. Cool. So you're doing a level 8, which I'm assuming is going to be Dragite. Oh, interesting. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and activate the medallion. So this is, I don't know if this is going to work. Well, let's see. Good God. If you got something, you got something. If you don't, you don't. I need you to bounce that shit. Come on. And that's something you're going to find from me. I'm a very impatient player because with these kinds of decks, I know how they run, I know how they work, and I know that they know that too. So I'm trying to figure out what their thinking is because I don't get it. Okay. What am I adding to my hand? That's the problem. I think I'll add this. So that way I'm guaranteed another monster on field. Look at my opponent's hand. Ah, okay, so he's just gonna rip the card that I added. Hopefully, I get a good one. This is terrible. Oh my god, this is terrible, y'all. But the only way he can win, I think, at this point, destroy. Because I need another monster. I need to get at least two. Can he deal 43, though? Is that 43? Yep. That was terrible. God. Oh, my little thing. He's over here wailing in pain. So return. Let's duel again. Maybe. Okay. And I'm saying that again because I don't even know if this is recording, which is really weird because there's a pause function on this thing right here, and it doesn't let you know if it's actually paused or not. Okay. Am I going first? I'm going first. Okay. This is a much better hand, in my opinion. So we're going to be activating all of this stuff. Moon Baby. If it's the Moon Baby, then show me the Moon Baby. Come on now. At this point, I know that you have something. He knows or she knows that there's something. I need you to make that decision because that timer is tick tick ticking. Come on, y'all. This is another strategy that I'm real tired of. You have people that will literally sit there because there was one that I wanted to show y'all, but I don't have enough room left of this person literally hot dogging it. I'm over here trying to figure out, hey, dude, buddy, what's the deal? What's the play? And you're over here hot dogging it. So it's imperm. That's the only thing that would be interacting this way. So now that I know that it's in perm, I'm going to have to play this differently. So let's see. Activate this thing here. And I wish we could chat because I would just tell them straight up, like, hey, I know you have imperm. It's not Valor. It has to be imperm. Go ahead and activate it. Or I mean, technically, it still could be the Moon Baby, um, but I don't think it is. So to make room, let's go ahead and bring you out. Now we're gonna activate Moon Baby. Come on. Ugh, it's the waiting for me. There we go. Imperm. Imperm. No need for that. You don't know what you're doing. Alrighty. Oh, so he must have both, or that or another imperm. What can I possibly summon? Oh, no, that's greedy. No, no, that's greedy. What I could have done was summon an Anemone, activated Anemone's effect to bring this guy back, sacrifice an Anemone, summon for Dragite, so that way I had a spell trapped stopper as well as um monster destruction banisher denier. But no, I'd much rather do this. But I think this is gonna piss him off even more. I know what he's doing. He's trying to bait out A Green because he needs her. I know he needs her. He knows he needs her. So what do you have engraved? He doesn't have one engraved. Yep. Let's do this. And we're gonna do this. And yep, select that card to banish. And that is the end of that. So he's not getting the effect off of either of those monsters. Oh, he's getting that one. So something's getting summoned or whatever. Is it summoned or what is it? Yes, one Ice Barrier tuner from your deck. Also, you cannot. Special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except for water monsters. No. Nope. It's level 8. That's so cool. But I need you to hurry up. Hmm. Don't know what that was about. Now I can only destroy one, which I know which one he's going to have to destroy. A level 9 tuner? Or Synchro? I don't think you have one besides Rock. The dragon crocodile looking thing. If he were smart, he would go after the mage because the mage doesn't have an effect this turn. But I don't know if he knows. Okay, here we go. I can't activate it, so not going to because of the finger. Wait, what is this? Why you can an ice bear monster opponent? Well, what do I have in grave? Ooh, okay. This may seem unconventional. I know, but here's the thing. That deck, the ice bear deck, banishes a lot. Oh, he's got Moon Baby. Activate, no effect. Battle. Let's see if they make the mistake I think they're going to make. I don't even know what this is. No, they're not because they don't have anything. So I was right. He did have the Moon Baby in his hand. Come on, one card starter. One card starter. All right. Mm, I need to discard a card to do that. So, no, I'm not going to do that one. I will do this one, though. See, you see what I'm talking about? My mouse is just all sorts of crazy. Now, depending on what he draws, the game may be over here. Tuner, though? That's not a tuner. Yes. I was like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? In case you didn't know, that was from I Know What You Did Last Summer. And let's see if he has that final imperm. It looks like he does not. Oh, well, I don't have. How is that possible? I don't have another one. Well, frick. Oh, this is terrible. I'm showing y'all a terrible time. Granted, I feel like this is much more realistic than some of the other Yugi tubers out there that only show you their wins. Like this is me, flaws and all. Oh, and I lose. Wow, that was terrible. Let me see. So let's try one more time. First time I got crap against the Penguins. Second time I just played terribly. But I should probably take a look at my deck because I know that this version of it is not the same as the non water and wind version of it. Oh, that's so frustrating. Am I going first or second? I wasn't paying attention. They're going first. See, this is also significantly different because you see how many monsters I have? This is the kind of hand that I'm expecting to have because I literally have, I think, like 26 monsters. 26, 27, or maybe it's 29. And so I'll show you, I have like a significantly larger amount of monsters and spells and traps because the spells and traps summon themselves, the monsters add them to hand and stuff like that. I hope he doesn't activate that effect to summon something by giving me one of these two. Wow, that's bold. That's real bold. Without knowing what I have in my hand or what deck I'm playing, you're assuming I'm playing pure ice barriers. Um, but the only way he can actively so you have that, even if you have Cradle in hand, doesn't stop continuous effects. Not Cradle. What is the thing called? What is it? That's Cradle. He'll figure it out because I think he's about to exhaust his hand. And I can special summon Raiho with Fishborg Harpooner. Hmm. So a green, I'm assuming. Yep. And then he's going to summon either Changing or Lancia. From what I'm assuming, he's going to summon Changing. Yeah. See, this is my Ice Jades. This is the deck that I like to play. Um, he can't set anything. He has to keep those three cards. Oh, okay, so he's got two times he can activate. But if he sets something else, he's going to be in for a world of hurt. Okay, so he's got that. So now it's back to three. Now it's back to two. Now it's to one. And depending on what I draw, it may be over. So let's go. Activate. And let's see if he makes the mistake. Please don't. Okay. He didn't make that mistake. That would have been funny as shit if he did. And so I already know what this is. And so he, I think, literally has to do it now. Oh, and he let it go through. His mistake. So let's go. Wait, no, I think it goes like this. One. Because I think he's the same way as the white Aura whale. Two. Three. One. Three. Four. And so you have no choice but to activate. Wow! What an idiot! So he still has the banishing effect, which is fine. and you have to discard. And so at this point, the game is pretty much over because then I'm going to summon this one. He's going to try and activate Chang Ying. Let me see. Not this one. Is the other one an option? They can't be banished. Okay. No, no. So he has to keep that in hand because he has to get rid of this, which leaves mine and this and this. And I still have Marin says, yes, I do. So I know with this one field, mine's actually weaker. And I assumed as much. Hmm, finger. No, thank you. I'm not getting locked. In phase. And I think I won this one. Because he has to use it now. Because she lowers the attack during activate. Even if you activate that, which you could, it's not going to help. So we're gonna do Coral Dragon. Ta-da! Hmm. No. Why is my Wi-Fi acting up? I bet not get disconnected from this thing. I swear to God. I'm about to end up with 5 cards in hand. And the way to do this one, folks, is to go chain link 1 and then chain link 2 in case in real they have a what's it called? Ash. So that way, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm over here thinking really hard. Oh, he chose not to activate the effect. Smart. But don't know how smart it was, knowing that I could potentially have that on field. Do I still have anemone? I still have anemone. Ooh, and now I have Ice Jade Cradle. 1, 2. Too bad it doesn't drop defense. That's what I need. Doesn't matter. Yep, I win. Look how much time this is taking. So I'm gonna go Chang Ying, and Chang Ying's gonna drop her defense. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know what's up with my mouse. So I hit select. Boom. Boom. No need. Banish. Chang Ying. Now, I have to do. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. I don't know if he's aware of that. So, banish. Banish. I don't know why I had me do that. No, just do her. Attack? What the fuck? Attack. Thank you. Ah, took a while, didn't it? What's up, buddy? You probably can't see him. He's my dog. Is he going to just commit suicide? Like, what's the deal? So you have these types of players, which, again, admirable. But at the same time, if you know you lost, just surrender. No surprises here. Eh, I guess I'm hot dogging it too. That's how that deck is supposed to be played. Alrighty. Anyway, I know a lot to be desired. I've got to get used to the whole master duel way of doing things. Like I said, I'm used to playing tabletop. I have all these cards in their physical forms. But not bad. Anyway, this is King Kyrie. Peace out for now, y'all. I'll be doing more, and hopefully the transition will be a lot more smooth moving forward in the future. I'm working on getting my streaming stuff actually accessible on YouTube. Right now, I'm waiting for them to allow me to stream. I didn't know that there was a waiting period that you had to like verify yourself and wait 24 hours to be able to actually post on YouTube and stream on YouTube. But I can always record this way and then upload it. So anyway, peace out for now. Bye.